Hey kids, this is Aaron from the podcast that wouldn't die, and Kevin and I use Zencastr. You think you're better than us, that you're using something else? You're wrong. Zencastr's the place to be. Who are you to deny it?
It's now super easy to record a podcast with Zencastr. Log in using your browser and start recording a high-quality podcast right away. Record studio-quality sound and up to 4K video with your guests. Go to zencastr.com/pricing and use our code DIEHARD and you'll get 30% off your first month of any Zencastr paid plan. We want you to have the same experiences we do for all our podcasting and content needs. It's time for you to share your story.
Only a fool would give up a chance for a 30% discount.
I'm Inspector Morosini. I want to know everything you saw and heard.
I can't pin it down. There was something wrong with it, something odd.
There is a dangerous maniac at large in this city.
Welcome to the latest episode of the podcast that wouldn't die. I'm your host, Kevin. With me, as always, is Aaron.
Whatever.
This week, we're discussing the Dario Argento classic, The Bird with the Crystal Plumage, starring a number of Italians and one Italian American. That's all I can tell you.
There you go. There you go. Is it Arthur Fonzarelli?
It could have been that famous Italian American, the Fonz, as we know. And I think his girlfriend's British in real life. So there you go. It's an international cast. How about that? That's something.
That's amazing. It's like the UN.
It is indeed it's the League of Nations.
It's like slugs.
It's oh sweet Jesus. Let's not go back to that. Each week on the podcast, we discuss guilty pleasures and forgotten classics of the horror and sci-fi genres with a comedic twist. Aaron, you were telling me about the absolute shit show of a day you've had.
I cannot tell you anymore because I've told too many people at work I have a podcast, so I can say no more. All I know is just 3 weeks left. That's all I have to survive.
So do you not come back after Memorial Day, or
that's finals week?
Oh, but that's
so it's
it.
Minimum days. Yeah.
Okay. See, I'm in there until June 12th, for God's sakes, doing my thing, which is a GD nightmare.
Sad, I don't have to be back. Well, actually, we go to June 1st, but I won't be there. We don't have kids.
Okay. Fair enough.
That I will not be back until August 12th.
Okay. Well, anything else you want to tell us just about life that has nothing to do with school? This is your time to shine, Aaron.
I'm going to Italy. I'm very
there
excited.
You go.
All this information. I'm going to the Biennale in Venice. I've gone several times. It's amazing. I'm trying to stifle a cough. It's not going to work out. But it's all, the whole jury has quit. Pussy Riot was protesting in front of the Russian pavilion. They're protesting in front of the Israeli pavilion, the U.S. pavilion. So it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to
it. You are a jet setter and a world traveler. No question.
It's true. But one day I will retire and then I will be poor.
You'll have these
memories. Sir, can I borrow a can of soup, please?
Please, sir. Can I have some more? By the way, I was editing a podcast, one of our episodes, and you ended with, "Thank you very much. Thank you very much." And I Googled, do you know what that's from? Maybe you do. I didn't know it was from.
Yes, it's from Scrooge. The musical.
It is from Scrooge.
That's the nicest thing that everything ever done for me. They're singing about the death of Scrooge, bro. You think I don't know about musicals? Where do you think I pull this stuff up from?
Well,
I
thought it was not celebrating the death of Scrooge. I thought it was Scrooge has now turned over a new leaf and now he's doing generous. No, I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
Dude,
Right on me.
the dude singing it is literally at one point tap dancing on his coffin.
This is a dark movie. This is Albert
I
Finney.
cannot. Did you never see Albert Finney's Scrooge? It is literally one of Mom's like holiday favorites.
I have like a vague recollection, but no, I cannot put anything together. It's because 1970, I believe. Is that true?
I mean, it's not the greatest musical in the world. And Albert Finney is wearing some shitty wigs, but there's a couple of snappy songs, that's for sure. I love A Christmas Carol, so I watch it every year. I think I own it.
That's impossible. You own Cyrano de Bergerac starring Peter Dinklage. You own Gravity.
No, I mean I own the DVD.
Oh, the physical media.
There's no such thing as own. I own physical media. Friend, you don't own anything if you buy it on Prime.
This is what we've learned.
You're just getting one more injection into his abs. That's all you're paying for.
Is that a thing? Where do I sign up? I need to get some stuff sucked out before they start injecting stuff into my abs. It's a sad situation.
They suck it out of your ass and then shove it into your lips.
Ew, that doesn't sound good. I'm out.
Dude, I back in the day, yes. I literally, I swear to you, saw that on Geraldo Rivera where they squirted out some fat from his ass and injected it elsewhere.
Oh, this is far more
live
terrifying.
On TV.
No, I'm out. On that glorious note, would you give us your 30-second synopsis of The Bird with the Crystal Plumage, please?
Let's think about this. It's a detective novel. Someone gets murdered, or do they? Womp, womp, womp. A random stranger has to solve the case. Oops. 2 people are guilty. Whoops. What? I had to rewind it. I'm like, what? Huh?
Yes. There was a lot of that.
Who's that lady at the end?
Who the?
I was like, there was a time I started slipping into a coma, but I said, no, Aaron, you're not going to fall asleep holding the remote. I had to snap myself out of it and revived and rewind and watch the parts again. But it's not one of the snappier Argentos, I will tell you that.
That's the cold, hard reality. This is supposed to be the one that kind of started it all. In my kind of recollection.
That's what they say. It's a wonder it started anything.
100%. I found it, spoiler alert, a little on the boring side, if you will.
Correct. I think that's going to be our theme tonight as we record another movie after this.
How dare you? And that's a big spoiler alert. No, look, I don't want to get too deep in this, but it has the pieces that you come to expect.
I don't think you can get too deep in this.
It has the pieces that you come to expect from a Dario Argento giallo film.
But an American solves the crime.
But it's a thing where
a lot of gloves.
It was just it was slow going in the middle, and frankly through the end, it was a little slow going.
Through the end, and then maybe a little bit in the beginning.
100%.
At the beginning, it was kind of interesting the way it's set up, where there's that 2 layers of glass. It's like a double entranceway, so he was able to get in the center, but couldn't get out, and just coincidentally seems to witness an attempted murder, and he can't go in and save her, and he also can't go out and get help.
Which
the police were able to pop that door right open.
The moment you realize who the murderers are, that scene makes absolutely no sense.
Agreed.
It makes zero
Agreed.
sense.
Oh, and as usual, no explanation. No explanation.
None necessary. Had you ever seen or heard this before? I guess you've heard of it, but have you ever seen it before?
I watched half of it before. We were watching another Argento, and of course, Tubi, you watch one Argento, and it'll just roll right into a giallo festival. So I
100%.
watched about maybe half of it, and then I had to go do something. I just didn't come back to it. Now I remember why.
Fair. I had heard of this movie. This, in my mind, other than Suspiria, The Bird with the Crystal Plumage may be the most famous of his works. Like, for me, coming into this, before I had watched any of the Giallos, I'd heard of Suspiria and I'd heard of The Bird with the Crystal Plumage. Those are the two I'd heard of. Although Suspiria is not a Giallo, but they're both Argento. Ironically, we saw Suspiria way back when, but this is my first and heretofore only, if you can count the 3 times that I fell asleep and had to rewind it. So if you count that all as one viewing, this is the first and only time I've seen it. So there you go. How about
And
that?
first and only time you will see it?
I mean, maybe at some point I'll have to come back and give it another dance just to see. Because I don't have an issue. Go ahead, Aaron. What are you going to say?
I was going to interrupt you and say, so this is like the first one, and then the most recent one, Occhiai Neri.
Yeah.
I mean, Occhiai Neri, we weren't that excited, but clearly it's gangbusters compared to this.
Well, and that's the thing. We've seen the first 3 of the Animal trilogy of Argento as of now. And so they're all early 70s. So they got that early 70s vibe to it. But
ain't nothing better than an early 70s vibe.
100%. But I'll say this. This is the first of the 3, because the other 2 are Cat o' Nine Tails and 4 Flies on Grey Velvet. This was the first one where I was just like kind of bored with it.
Yeah.
Indeed. I mean, that's what it comes down to. It wasn't blowing my spirit.
Do you think have we ruined ourselves? Have we seen so many things that now are like nothing moves us, unless a head pops out from being run over by a truck? We're just not down.
I mean, maybe that's what it is. It's like there weren't enough crazy violence to suit me. There wasn't a decapitation.
The violence we've come to know and love. Maybe we should have started with this and built up, but now we're ruined. We saw the masterpieces. We can't go back.
We can't go back. So why don't we start with you? Go to your highlights, Aaron. What do you got?
All right. First of all, we have the music is by Marconi, who's does everything. Who does everything and everything. Morricone. And when I was in Europe this last time, I'd go to all the record stores, and they were packed with LPs.
Oh, I don't
know. I mean, he's worked on 400 projects, films, I think. And in fact, we did watch like a Japanese horror movie where the father was supposed to be working with him. Remember that? Was it The House?
Yep. Absolutely.
So you can't escape it. Still hugely popular. I mean, what is it? The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, all that.
100%. He did Thing. The Thing he did the soundtrack for, which was shocking.
You know my feelings about the Thing, so that's not going to be one of the first things I pop up. So not Goblin,
okay,
but somebody equally as famous. I did like. Third murder in the month, and there's no warning. That's what the sign says. I captured the picture and did a Google Translate. Third murder in a month. Apparently, nobody's paying any goddamn attention to that. So women are still wandering the streets, loose as a goose.
Let me jump in here.
I did like the how he was trapped in the panes of glass, so he couldn't go do anything.
This is cool. That is a cool scene. He is the dude whose name I'm not going to remember. He is a author of some sort who's living in Italy because he thought it would give him inspiration, but it's not doing shit for him.
And we've had other books or other movies where it was an author who solved the case.
100%. Yeah. So he's just walking the streets, and it looks like he's passing by a department store, but I guess that's like it's not a department store. It's the store.
It's an art gallery.
Art gallery. Thank you very much. And it's got, like you said, it's got 2 sets of sliding glass doors. that are automatic, and they're going all night long, evidently. He sees
all night long.
Indeed. He sees what looks like a man in a hat and a trench coat trying to stab a woman. And he runs in, the first sliding door opens. He goes into the little antechamber. The door closes behind him, locks him in there, and the sliding door in front of him doesn't open. So he's trapped and witnesses what he thinks is going to be a murder.
Right.
But and
the girl is bleeding, crawling towards him, flopping around in ridiculous manner. I'm gonna fall on this pointy sculpture, then drag myself towards the dude in the glass.
The best thing was there's the other passerby who comes by and he's screaming, "Get help! Call the police!" And the guy just keeps pointing at his ear. Can't hear you. Can't hear you, bro.
Can't hear you. Can't imagine what you're saying. Is that a dead person right behind you? Can't imagine. Sorry, bro.
Sorry, no can do. Can't help you. Again, like you said, body on the floor behind a bloody handprint. The guy's just like, I don't know. So eventually the police still get there, lickety-jeety split. And
yes, in full force.
And full for the SWAT team, the helicopters, everybody's there in like 30 seconds. But what I said I found bizarre is that the reason why he's trapped is because the killer, or who we think is the killer, like presses a button to trap him in there. And I don't know why, knowing what we know, why did he trap that dude in there?
Personally, if I rolled him on the scene, I would have assumed he was the murderer. He would have been at police headquarters, right?
100%. 100%. They don't ever seem to suspect him, though. Not really. I mean, they kind of casually, hey, give me your passport. But they're not like, throw him into lockup.
No. Feel free to leave and solve the crime. So immediately, he starts investigating. He and his gal come up with some schemes, traced back some painting, which is really a piece of shit painting. Back to my highlight. So they go to the place where one of the 3 girls who is dead was working. And to interview the dude, I'm like, who seemed to have forgotten that in the last month, one of his colleagues was murdered.
Yes, that was the gallery.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago, right? Huh?
Yes. They're okay. So after this attack, people kind of go, "Oh yeah, by the way, in similar circumstances, I guess we're supposed to think 3 women have also been murdered." So they're kind of trying to tie this in with that, because the woman who was stabbed in this moment survives. She wasn't stabbed that I don't know, mortally or whatever. It's a flesh wound. Right. She's fucking fine. Essentially, even though they found her in a pool of her own blood, she is fine. It is interesting that woman is barely a character until the grand reveal at the end. Wouldn't you say?
I didn't even remember her being a redhead. I thought she was a blonde at the beginning.
That's what I mean, right? So
I was like, who the hell's this?
This movie, we talked about this because I was half falling asleep and I had to keep rewinding it and waking up the next day. And where did I leave off? Who knows? The plot, even if I had been wide awake the entire time, the plot is like a freaking labyrinth. It is a ridiculous, because there are multiple killers in this, not just the 2 at the end. There's 2 other hitmen who are out trying to kill people in this as well. Did you understand all that? I was baffled.
I missed that whole thing. I missed that whole thing. Well, I like the idea, if just 3 women are killed, they must all be related. Even though it seems utterly, unrelated.
This is Italy, right? I mean, where is this? Is Rome? Is this Torino? Where does this take place? I don't even know.
I don't even know. We're going to say it's either Rome or Torino. Let's just say that.
Let's just say that.
I think we have the north or the south.
To even talk about this, we have to basically reveal at the end. We have to, because otherwise we're kind of playing around with this. Essentially, what the dude saw. And he kept saying, and this was kind of like Deep Red, where he's just like, I saw something, but I can't, something's just not right about what I saw. I'm confused.
That's right.
So there's a lot of that.
My brain ain't thinking right.
That's what it is. That's why the cops keep bringing him back to talk to him. There's a hilarious scene where they're like, let's do a lineup here of, we just grabbed some perverts and brought them in. What does that have to do with this crime? Why are you rounding up the... Go ahead.
It's literally it's the usual suspects.
It's a serial killer, but they gather like 5, what they call literally perverts. Like that's the technical legal term that they use.
And then there was an argument over someone who was a transvestite. I said, no, perverts.
Yes.
Not like that's a different category.
Correct.
So I don't even know. What are perverts? With people who peek in your window and diddle, or what the hell?
Unclear, but it's a very progressive thing, right? They bring.
I'm not sure how progressive. If we go back to the gay shopkeeper who is making allusions to the dead girl maybe being a lesbian and how wrong that is, while at the same time putting moves on our author friend.
Well, fair, but when they brought out the transvestite, which I'm not even sure you can use that term anymore, they basically say
transvestite is not transgender. Transvestite is people who put on the clothes for a sexual tingle.
I like that sensitive description.
How about that? It's like wearing women's panties. That's different than
okay. Fair.
I believe there's a different gender floating inside of me.
I'm not here to yuck anybody's yum. Okay, it's like whatever floats your boat. Okay,
yuck anyone's yum. That is so creepy.
In this context, particularly. So they bring out the transvestite, and like you said, the detective says, "No. I said only bring out the perverts." And the guy looks at the camera, the transvestite goes, "You got that right," or something along those lines. I don't think he snapped, but that's the progressive thing.
Progressive.
He's saying he's just a regular dude. He's a regular guy. He's a regular guy doing his thing. It's like leave him alone.
That's my bartender. Let him go.
Leave him alone. So let's go to the end. So the grand reveal. They're running across town, interviewing random people. The reveal is that the woman who he thought was being killed was actually the serial killer who murdered all those women. And she was trying to murder who was revealed to be her husband. She was trying to kill him. She did not succeed, and she got stabbed in the effort. But where it gets truly insane is that there are 2 murderers going on through this entire thing. You've got her mania, because it's revealed she's just crazy. And I think it's like she gets jealous if a woman talks to her husband and she murders them, something along those lines. Meanwhile, her husband, who she tried to murder, is murdering people to protect his psychotic wife. And he goes
and confesses.
He confesses, "I am the murderer." Even in the final moments, he's like, "I'm the murderer." And you see that the cops kick in the door. She's holding a knife. He takes the knife from her and says, "I'm the killer. I was the one all along." Now, the reveal is he did kill some people, and in fact, hired multiple hitmen to also kill. They're basically, they had the one witness, which was our protagonist. So he hired multiple hitmen. One was a former boxer. One was just another random hitman to kill him. And they keep fucking it up, right? One of them runs down the police officer that was supposedly guarding them, essentially.
Yes.
And then the dude's running around with a gun, trying to shoot at him.
You got all that money. How about just packing up crazy wife and going off, dropping her off at the insane asylum for a little, or move to another town, because literally no one suspected you.
At all. At all.
At all.
So that's the thing. There are multiple people trying to kill them. Trying to kill our hero, coming out of the woodwork, essentially. And it was like, who the fuck is this guy? Where is this guy coming from? It is incomprehensible. Anyway, go ahead, Aaron. What you got?
Ay, carumby. Yeah, well, listen to you talk. I thought you were going to tell me that he was just lying and covering. So he confessed, and you think the movie's over, and then she's going bonkers. The murders at the beginning are quite graphic. Was the girl getting stabbed in a hoo-ha? Extreme close-up of people's mouths. It was all. I was like, okay, this is very Argento, but
Yep.
honestly, not that exciting.
No.
How about the pimp they interview?
Yeah. So long? The guy who kept saying so long at the end of every sentence because he had a stutter or something? Yeah.
Oh my God, he was a freak. Try to make yourself more guilty. They should have just executed him, because if he didn't do it, he did something.
Fair. I mean, he was a pimp. Go ahead.
I wanted to complain. One of the girls who was murdered at the beginning. This makes no sense. Let me tell you.
Please.
When you're living alone, and no one's coming for a visit, you don't put on a sheer itchy top to just lay on top of your bed with.
I don't mind that.
That's not real.
Whatever you want to do.
Gals will put on like a t-shirt or something, but not some scratchy old see-through bullshit, and then lay stiffly on the center of bed waiting for the murder to happen.
Fair. And do they lock the door if you live alone in the big city? Or is that just come right in?
I mean, some of us do. Before or after you put on the scratchy see-through top.
Fair. Okay, so if you want to know who's committing the murders at various times, it's basically if a attractive woman is being killed or being threatened, that's the wife. If it's a witness, it's the husband. Essentially.
Okay.
That being said, both hitmen wind up getting killed by the up murder couple. Okay, the I think it's the boxer, where the dude goes to his house. Why would you go to the house of the man who was trying to murder you to investigate by yourself? That makes absolutely no sense.
There were a lot of confusion. Once I almost fell over and they said he was a boxer. I thought he was a jockey.
Yes.
Because he couldn't have been tinier. Not have been tinier.
That was so bizarre. So the dude, the first assassin, the hitman who's after him, is wearing a bright yellow jacket in the middle of the night. It's like, what are we doing? Not
like satin.
Bro. But he falls. So first the guy's taking a shot at him, and then it's like people walk by, so he goes, oh, and puts the gun away, and then just goes for a walk. And now the dude's like, well, if you're not shooting at me, I'm going to follow you, I guess. So now I'm the hunters become the hunted. I don't know what the story is. So he follows him to a convention and I had to look it up because they don't say it in English. It's a convention of former boxers, and they all wear the same crazy jacket, and they all wear like a little crazy cap, which make them look like jockeys.
Yes.
Unclear. It was bizarre and strange. How about that?
Maybe it was an Italian thing. But if you're terrified that if someone is putting shooting at you,
yes,
you then follow him?
Unarmed, by yourself.
Unarmed, following a man with a gun instead of just going somewhere and being safe. I was like, this is fucking ridiculous. And then I have this note here because you're going to have to remind me.
Please.
Because I don't remember what this little notation I put here. Is there someone eating cats in this movie?
Yes. Oh, sweet. I almost forgot about this. It's like,
oh my God, it's come to me. Yes. He goes to the house of the artist.
Yes.
See, this is all tied to a painting.
Correct.
Maybe, kind of. It has more to do with the story of the painting.
Yes.
And it ain't much. So the writer tracks down the artist who lives like in a fucking windmill or something, and all the lower floors are boarded up.
Bricked up.
So you have to use a ladder that the artist provides, and you crawl up. He opens a door to show new art, and a cat escapes, and he grabs it. He's like, "Oh, don't let it out!" And he shoves it in a cage. This is after the gentleman has already eaten with him.
Yes.
And he's like, "Why do you keep the cats in the cage?" Because he's fattening them up.
He says to eat. And then they cut back because he'd already sat and had dinner with him, and they looked down and he was granted he
was already throwing like the meat on the floor.
100%. He wasn't thrilled. So the reason why, oh sweet Jesus. So a month or so ago, who's revealed is the wife went to the art gallery and saw a painting that this crazy painter painted of a crime he witnessed however many years and years ago. And the painting is, like you said, it's kind of a finger painting, children's crayon drawing of a man with a knife getting at a woman.
It looks like he's stabbing and simultaneously raping her.
100%. So that she bought the painting and it triggered her. It brought her back to that time, and I just flipped her wig, and now she's on a murderous rampage, essentially. So they're trying to figure out. They said that somebody had purchased that painting, and there was some connection with the murders because it's like a grisly, cartoonish picture, essentially. And that's the motivation why this woman, the trauma of years ago, because she was the victim of this trauma, has now turned her into a raving maniac. And
but it doesn't make sense because she's not avenging the person who did it to her. She's killing people who look at her husband.
Correct. And that's a deliberate fake out, right? Because the murderer, or who we think is the murderer at the beginning of the movie, is wearing the black leather trench coat and the hat, which matches the attacker in the painting. Like the figure in the evil killer in the painting is dressed that same way. So it's all there to mess with the audience, to kind of.
So they just interrupted some kind of little sex magic or something. They were reenacting her assault just for fun.
I mean, possibly. Now that you say that I'm not taking it off the table. I took it more as just she's crazy. She's a crazy woman and is now like going to attack her husband because she's attacking whomever. I don't know. Unclear.
I don't know. So I was like, looking back, it looks like role play.
Except she really got stabbed. So
not much. She got scratched.
It's got a scratcheroo. Now, hour and 15 minutes into this movie, I'm going, why is this called the bird with the I was going to say the bird with the dragon tattoo. That's not what it should be called. The bird with the crystal plumage. Why is it called that? Because I was like, is this a metaphor? Is there some metaphor that I'm missing here that has to do with crystal plumage? The reveal is, because throughout the movie, in typical Argento fashion, somebody keeps calling, going, "You need to leave or I'll kill you. I'll kill..." Those threatening calls.
With weird laughing and a crazy fake voice.
100%. Now, the cops analyze the voices, and they're like, yeah, they're different voices. So multiple people are calling with their threatening whisper voice. But
that seems unrealistic.
Which seems unrealistic. But one of the calls had a weird like caw caw in the background or something along those lines. Maybe
they were calling from Brazil.
It's entirely possible. The darkest jungles of Peru, for all we know. They analyzed that sound and they said, "Oh, there's a rare Siberian bird, heretofore referred to as the bird with the crystal plumage because it has like translucent feathers or some shit. But there's only one in all of Italy, and it's at this zoo that happens to be, across the street from one of the suspects." And that's why this movie is called The Bird with the Crystal Plumage. It's one. Do we even see the bird? Maybe briefly in passing.
We do. It is clearly an African But before that, they describe it as having long white feathers that look like glass or crystal.
Right.
And then we see the bird, which is not that at all.
Didn't look like that.
It is literally an African bird that was like blue and black. There were no long white feathers that looked like glass or crystal. It was a house of lies.
It was
They're like, oh yeah, there it is. There it
Indeed.
is.
Indeed. So
Shh.
they kick in the door, and there's that couple fighting over a knife again. And the husband admits, I'm the one who did it. And of course, the cops try to apprehend him next to an open window. And the moment I saw the open window, I'm like, someone's going out that window. One way or another, there's going to be somebody doing the swan dive out that goddamn window. And sure enough,
150% in an Argento film.
yes. So the husband falls out, and they try to catch him, and they're not breaking him up. He bites the
Right.
dust. Oh, it's all fine until, oh my God, there's somebody with a fedora and a leather trench coat, and it's revealed it's the wife. She's the murderer. She's crazy. And then the guy kind of has that epiphany. Oh yeah, it was really her trying to stab her husband at the beginning of the movie. Wah wah. The
In
end.
case you want to know, the bird they used was a black-crowned crane. Doesn't sound white or transparent.
No, and not Siberian.
Black-crowned crane, nor Siberian.
Anything else for this movie, Aaron, that you got?
I have no other notes other than it's confusing and how obvious you see the bird and there's an actual murder going on simultaneously across the street with an open window, and there you are.
There you are. That's all you needed to know. Don't waste time with this other bullshit. Just analyze the rare bird. There's one of these in the entire country. Anyway, sweet Jesus.
Now remind me who was like, oh, I know what that is. That's the bird with the crystal plumage. There's only one in all of Europe, but I know exactly what it sounds like.
I'm trying to
remember?
think. I think they had a buddy. God damn it. There are too many meaningless characters that pop up.
A meaningless character was like, hey, isn't that the bird with the crystal plumage? That's interesting.
That's at the zoo down the street.
That's at the zoo. There's only one because it's from Siberia now, or in hot, sweaty Italy. It's probably going to be dead in 5 minutes. So here we go.
Otherwise, should have just been a penguin or something, right? Anyway, sweet Jesus. Why don't we go behind the scenes then on that glorious note?
Let's go. Where was Mrs. Argento? Why wasn't she in this?
I don't think they were together at this point. How about that?
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't think she appears in his stuff, and maybe I'm making up shit. I don't think she appears in his stuff until Deep Red. I don't think she was in Cat o' Nine Tails or Four Flies on Grey Velvet, but maybe I'm wrong. Anywho,
I want to say that you might be wrong, but go ahead.
You want to say that anyway, Aaron. Let's be honest. The painting the killer buys from the antique store heavily resembles Peter Bruegel's The Elders, The Hunters in the Snow. Do you know that? Peter Bruegel, The Elder? Do you like
I
his
have
work?
heard the name of the artist, but now
Not
you're
the
going to make me
younger.
look it up.
Not the younger, the elder, the older one. Although The Bird with the Crystal Plumage isn't the first giallo movie, it is credited for making the subgenre famous and starting the trend that boomed from 1970 to 1975. How about that?
Wow.
The film played in a Milan cinema for 3.5 years. Such was the film's popularity in its native Italy. I'm just going to keep going. Dario Argento wrote the screenplay on spec after Bernardo Bertolucci gave him a copy of Frederick Brown's novel, The Screaming Mimi. Although the film is technically not an adaptation of that book. So that's good.
Why do I know? I know it can't be based on that, but why do I know The Screaming Mimi?
I don't know. I can't
All
hope
right.
to understand your thoughts and feelings.
I've heard that phrase before.
Screaming Mimi, yes, it is a
Yeah.
famous phrase. The Hornitus nivalis bird species actually doesn't exist. Like you said, the one seen in the film is played by a gray-crowned crane. How about that?
Oh, AI again. Fucked me over,
Yep,
you
doing well.
bastards.
This was
What happened to Ex Machina? Now I've changed my mind.
This was the first directing credit of Dario Argento. Boom.
Okay.
The script to The Bird with Crystal Plumage was written in 5 days. Yeah, you think?
I believe it. You think?
Are you
Let's
sitting
go.
down? Director Dario Argento later cited star Tony Musante as one of the most difficult actors he ever worked with. He said that he'd knocked on his door at 3 a.m. to discuss his character's motivation, and that drove Argento insane. This was director.
Your motivation is you want to solve the crime, motherfucker.
Fair. This was the director of photography Vittorio Storaro's first film in color. He went on to have a triumphant career, earning 3 Oscars for Apocalypse Now, Reds, and The Last Emperor. And he's still an active cinematographer. Boom, today.
Dude, I love The Last Emperor. It made me cry. I am not a crier.
I love it. Director trademark. Character recalls clues from memory. That's helpful. Gosh.
That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that with me.
Shot in just 6 weeks.
Again, not surprising.
This film is one of the reasons why Dario Argento is often referred to as the Italian Hitchcock.
What?
True. Often been said.
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
Let's look at the cast and crew, shall we?
Often, I run into people at the grocery store and they're like, are you going to be watching any more films by Italy's answer to Alfred Hitchcock?
I was at the fish market just last week, and a perfect stranger bumped into me and said, "You know Argento, the Italian Hitchcock, don't you?"
That's out of his mind.
Speaking of Dario Argento, director and writer, you know him from The Bird with the Crystal Plumage, 1970.
Yes, we do.
Deep Red, 1975. Tenebrae,
classic.
Tenebrae, 1982.
Classic.
And Inferno, 1980, which we have not done yet. We got to add that.
We got to put it on the list, brother.
Add it to the list. Let's look at the cast. We'll decide how deep we want to go with the principally Italian cast here. Tony Musante played Sam Dalmas, which to my knowledge is not a real name. Let's see, Tony
Dalmas. Those are those Greek grape things with the rice in the center. That's not
correct.
a Dalmas. Maybe he's supposed to be Greek.
You know him for The Bird with the Crystal Plumage in 1970. He was in something called The Incident in 1967.
There's about to be an incident.
You're telling me. He was in The Grissom Gang in 1971. Unfamiliar. And
unfamiliar.
In 2007, he was in We Own the Night. How about that?
That's a good name.
It is.
I'm not familiar with it. I like to assume that what's his name from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, this is him.
Right? This is Leo DiCaprio.
This is Leo DiCaprio's character when he goes to Italy to start shooting. That this is him.
Let's see. Susie Kendall played Julia. That's Sam's girlfriend, her British girlfriend. You know her from The Bird with the Crystal Plumage in 1970.
Oh,
I know. She was in To Sir with Love in 1967. That's a real movie. Sidney Poitier.
That's a real movie. Yes.
She played the title character of Fraulein Doktor in 1969. You know it, don't you? And she was in something called Spasmo in 1974.
That doesn't sound politically correct.
I want to see it. We don't call people spazzes anymore like we used to back in the day. It was a thing.
No. No.
Let's see. Enrico Maria Salerno played Inspector Morosini. You know him for... Let me see. He wrote something called The Anonymous Venetian in 1970. He was in...
So he's not even an actor. They're like, bro, hey, come on.
I think he does it all. He did
Friend
The
of
Bird
the
with
Family.
Crystal Plumage in 1970. Something called Seasons of Our Love in 1966. And
that's that song from Rent.
We have joy, we have fun, we have seasons of
No,
our love. Isn't that the one?
No, 175 hours, 600 minutes.
I hate that song. I always say I could get...
That's the only good song in Rent. What are you talking
I don't
about?
even like that. I hate all the songs. How about that?
I couldn't even watch Rent. I only watched half of it before I got bored with it. But I like that song. Seasons of Love.
He was in It Happened in 43 in 1960. How about that?
Yeah. Some shit happened in 43.
Some shit happened. Let's talk about Ava Renzi, played Monica Ranieri, who was one of the murderers. You know her.
Murderers or murdered?
She was one of the killers. She was arguably the inciting incident of the murderers. She was the first.
Okay.
She was in The Bird with Crystal Plumage in 1970. She was in Funeral in Berlin in 1966.
That sounds ominous.
She was in The Pink Jungle in 1968. And in 1970, she was in a short, she directed a short called Professor Seibzig und seine Undine.
So we're guessing she's German or Austrian.
Unclear.
And then she retired. Is that what the next thing?
She was in one episode of In the Name of the Law in 2005.
Unfamiliar.
No? Oh, well. Let's talk about the rating, shall we?
Let's go.
The Bird with the Crystal Plumage currently has 85% certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's fans. Come on, let's be clear.
I was going to say, do you know what the audience gave it?
90. No, 78.
80, a little less. Let's look at the top critics. Vincent Canby of the New York Times says, it has the energy to support its elaborateness and the decency to display its devices with style. Something from each of its better models has stuck, and it is pleasant to rediscover old horrors in such handsome new decor. That is...
God, he is gushing. I mean, for Vincent Canby.
Roger Ebert!
Good heavens.
Roger Ebert.
I mean, we're fans, and we're going to tell you this is kind of crappy.
I'm with you. Roger Ebert gave it 3 out of 4. Its scares are on a much more basic level than, say, a thriller by Hitchcock. It works mostly by exploiting our fear of the dark. How about that?
Is that right?
That's what he says.
He didn't mention that it's the Italian Hitchcock?
He did not. That must have been in the next paragraph. Now that we got that, let's talk to our in-house movie critic, AI Rex Reed, and see what he has to say.
Let's go.
The Bird with the Crystal Plumage is a stylish murder mystery where Dario Argento drenches every frame in lurid color and nervous zooms, hoping you won't notice the plot flapping around with all the coherence of the title bird itself. It's flopping
around. I like that.
What is your
it's the most
rating?
succinct. My rating is... I'm sorry. I just don't like it. I wouldn't recommend it. I'm going to give it... I'm going to give it 3 yawns out of 5. How about that?
I don't disagree. It's not offensive, you know.
No.
It has funny it has fun.
Historically, it has a
Yes.
right to exist.
Fair. Fair.
How about that?
I don't want to ban
That's
it.
the biggest thing I can give you for it. It has a right to exist.
It's mostly kind
Historically.
of boring. It's like, I think maybe because this was his first swing at the plate, that he kind of refined his you know, his style and his plan in later films. I thought it was
And
wildly confusing.
yes, yes. And by refined, I want to say much more violent, ridiculously gory, and even more nonsensical. Is that what you
See,
meant to say?
I will say this. Look, plot, he does not concern himself with plot. I get it. But I feel like there was so much going on that as I was falling asleep, I found it difficult to follow. Let's put it that way. So I would again, Deep Red, I own it. I'm happy to dive back into Deep Red, you know? And frankly, it's like I said, I enjoyed Cat of Nine Tails more. I mean, it's insane and it has a crazy plot, but there were genuine banger moments. Same thing with Four Flies and
Dude,
Grey Velvet.
Opera had some amazing moments.
100%. So this was the one where I'm like, kind of
no
boring.
amazing moments.
Right.
Yeah.
It really doesn't have any.
I was waiting for it to happen. It did not happen.
100%. I always wanted somebody to be attacked by a bird with crystal, like to have the killer like have a bird that he sends out to attack people, and that's the Crystal Plumage bird. How about that,
dude? Or even if it was like a Maltese falcon, and then they murdered them with like the glass tail feathers or something awesome. But to show a bird that looks nothing like the description,
yeah.
And then just look up, and there's a murder happening. Oh, wait a minute. Isn't that our suspects and our victim from the very beginning? What a coinky dink.
So
boring.
I'll give it a 3 as well. Part of me is like 2.75, but I'll be charitable today and say I'll give it 3.
We're giving an Argento charitable because I thought about it, and then I was like, oh no, I can't give Argento a 2.
Do it to our boy Argento.
Range.
No question. No. So, any last thoughts on The Bird with Crystal Plumage?
No, I literally only wrote like half a page of notes.
That's all you need. Okay, well, let's move on with our lives, shall we?
Yes.
So, thank you very much. We are across social media. We're on TikTok, Instagram. We're on Threads. We're on Blue Sky. You can also watch our smiling faces on YouTube. Ooh la la.
Ooh la la.
You can email us, the podcast that wouldn't die, at Gmail. We are on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere the finer podcasts are available. So don't forget to like, share, rate, and review. Won't you?
Won't you please?
Aaron.
Won't you be my neighbor?
Aaron, what is your social media situation? God damn it.
I have artwork on Artsy and First Dibs, Aaron Doherty, Instant Drinks Gallery. Also, I am on the gram, the Cult of Aaron. Join the cult, kids.
Boom! As you know, we like to check in with our friends and family across the social media landscape. Aaron, what are the streets saying?
I will tell you, nobody gave a crap about the Phantom or anything else we're doing right now, but our Star Trek first comment, WTF.
Yep.
People had stuff to say.
Lay it on me.
Daylon says, there, Bob. Oh, snap, Sire. Great movie. You gotta watch the entire movie to understand the scene and his interactions with Lily. Just Deirdre says, seriously? That was the Borg. There should be no mercy for the Borg. Who wrote that? And someone responded. James B. responded, I like First Contact, but this was completely out of character for Picard. Now people start arguing. Agreed, cringy. Crazy Cadaver 74. Well, if Picard can be saved from the Borg, then they could try to save them. But he did not any other chance to protect himself and her. Chad Whitlet 656 says how the captain relieves all that diplomatic stress. So people were crawling out of the woodwork to talk about that badass crazy scene. And I love Jean-Luc Picard. You know,
Jean-Luc.
I am a Star Trek Next Generation. I still have my my uniform.
I tell
But
people
this was out of character.
I
Not cool.
own exactly 2 Star Trek movies in physical media. One is Wrath of
Yes.
Khan,
Khan!
100% unimpeachable, and the other is Star Trek First Contact. Because in my mind, it's
Dude.
Star Trek and it's zombies. I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in.
The
Oh, yeah.
Borg, I mean, nothing beats the Borg Queen. I mean, that's some amazing, terrifying shit. And I remember being so into that back when we played computer games. And there was I spent all this money on like $60 or something ridiculous for the Star Trek First Contact game. And I couldn't get it to run on my fucking operating system or my memory. And I was
Right.
raged.
That's the gooch. That's the gooch.
Yeah.
So, next week, we're going to be discussing the horror anthology film Tales from the Dark Side, starring Christian Slater, Julianne Moore, Steve Buscemi, James Remar, Ray Don Chong, David Johansen,
All-star cast.
William
All-star
Hickey.
cast.
It is freaking ridiculous. Like, I'd forgotten how many
There's just,
actors are in this.
dude,
Klein,
there's never enough William Hickey.
indeedly do. So, where can you watch Tales from the Dark Side? Oh, Debbie Harry is in this. I forgot
Debbie
about.
Harry, yeah.
God damn it, Matthew Lawrence. It's basically every actor in there is somebody I've seen somewhere else.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, streaming exactly nowhere for free. So, how can you watch it? Well, if you pay $3.99, you can watch it on Prime, $3.99 Apple TV, $3.99 YouTube, $3.99 Fandango at home. How about that? How about that?
Although I wouldn't recommend it.
You could buy the DVD from Amazon Prime for $3.05. How about that? Physical media.
How about that?
So,
Physical media, children. Go back, throw your vape away, go roll yourself one of them old-fashioned cigarettes, put on your DVD, open some old Milwaukee, and you're in for a treat.
allegedly. So, send in your favorite scenes, favorite quotes, comments, and questions, and we may talk about it on the show. So, thank you very much, and be well.
I say be well.